Hey y'all, hey, what's up? It's tea time with your girl, TG the LPC. That's right, it is Transformational Tuesday. Let say that again, Transformational Tuesday. Today, we are talking about people pleaser, peace protector. People pleaser to people pleaser to peace protector. I remember a time in my life that I was so focused on pleasing everyone around me. I wanted a lot of friends. I wanted that TV type lifestyle, where all the girls go on a trip and they have a great time and so on and so forth, and then they come back and they live their lives and children are doing well, and the husbands are doing well, and they go to brunch and all of these other things. And so I would find myself trying to fit into those types of circles, right, with those types of people. Now, if that's your thing, I am not knocking it. I love that for you. For me, that's not what God has called me to, right? And I did not realize that. I wanted what other people had instead of figuring out who I was and being who I was. And so I found myself pleasing a lot of people, saying yes to things that I didn't want to say yes to, showing up when I didn't really want to show up, or I couldn't show up, or maybe I didn't have the means to show up because that's what I was supposed to do, or that's the position that I had put myself in. It wasn't until I realized that I was crumbling. I didn't have any peace, didn't have any self-love, I didn't have any self-respect. I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I just was crumbling on the inside. I don't know if anybody has ever felt that way. And so really got to a place where I said, you know what? Let me figure out who Tanya is. Let me figure out what I'm called to do, what I'm supposed to do. And that's when I begin to set, yep, that nasty B word. I set those boundaries. I begin to no longer care about people more than I cared about myself. Still cared about people. I still loved people. Still wanted to please people, but not more than I cared about myself. I was no longer willing to give up my peace. My home wasn't peaceful. My job wasn't peaceful. I didn't have peace anywhere. And so I began to get to a place where I set the standard of peace for my life, right? I understood what God said about peace. So obviously I went to the source of peace, and I tapped into that. But I got to a place where I was okay with saying no, was okay with setting boundaries. And we'll talk about later on, during these different days of the week, setting boundaries and about being okay with saying no to others and saying yes to yourself and things of that nature. But I got to a place where I began to protect my peace at all costs. And so I said it before, but I have on Facebook that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like me, love me, good, bad, and different, or leave me alone. And I'm okay with that. And that rubs a lot of people the wrong way because it makes them assume that I don't want to change or that I don't care about anybody. First is true. I'm not going to change for you. Second is false. I do care about people and I care about them deeply, but again, not more than my own peace. So I'm going to challenge each of you watching this today. Figure out what peace looks like for you. Figure out what peace looks like in your home and set that peace, right? Work towards that peace. I have a Navy sister that she posted, and I'm gonna mess it up. So go to her page. Well, you can't go to her page because it ain't even her name right now. I gotta think of what it is. But anyway, she talked about protecting your peace at all costs. Shout out to Sister Heal, right? Protecting your peace at all costs, right? That means that I don't let anybody or anything disrupt my peace. Not even my children. I love my children. I'm there for my children. I will show up for my children. But you don't get to disrupt my peace, right? I created a home that I don't have to take a vacation from if I choose not to, because there's so much peace in this home now. That was not always the case. So I'm going to challenge you to not be a people pleaser, which is hard, and to protect your peace at all. cost. Get to a place of peace and then begin to protect it. Like your life depended on upon it. Because sometimes it does. This is my word of encouragement. That is my transformational Tuesday message. Don't be a people pleaser, but be a peace protector. I hope you guys have an awesome and amazing day. TG